worship. Most of the materials that were used to build the castle were imported. So the reddish bricks we have on the floor here were from the Portuguese, and the yellowish one here were from the Dutch. They used the bricks to balance their ships when they came in here, but on their way back, they used the slaves to do the balancing based on the way they were packed in the ships. The cloth and chains you see here, they are not original. In 2016, students came in here to act and have a feel of what happened here, called the reenactment. So they used the cloth to cover themselves up, the chains on their legs and hands. They slept on this bare floor here for 3 days. So they used this, filled with kerosene, to serve as light because the place looked dark during the night. And when we look at the corner here too, these are the original iron bars used for the windows. But because they are rusted, we have them replaced by the wooden bars in here. Please let's
Watch your feet, baby. Excuse me.
Alright, so when the ships arrived, the survived females used this passage here to the room of no return. Initially, there was a staircase here, but now it's a drainage. And to prevent accidents, we have these metals blocked here. So we'll be using the male transit dungeon to the room of no return. But trust me, return back, okay?
Oh, Yahweh. It's hard to walk through here. It's hard to walk through. Like, my mom. Think about my ancestors. Excuse me.
Before they were shared in the dungeons after the auctioning, they were branded. So this room right here was the branding room. Metals were put in fire. The metals had initials on it, bearing the company's or the merchant's name. They put that on their chest or back, and it is believed that a lot of them died from the shock. So the males were the ones receiving the branding, whilst the females and the children were wearing tags on their necks. But bear in mind, these things are mostly done on animals. So psychologically, they saw Africans as such. Alright, let's have a look at the room. The place is dark, so I'll urge you to turn on your phone torches to help us go inside. There is a step down. Please wash your hair from my hand.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, watch your hands to me. Watch your steps to me. Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Alright, so we are in the intersection room because the survived females use this direction here to the room of no return, whilst the survived males used where we came from. They met in the room, but the question is, how sure are you that the person that you know among them, you are going to survive with him or her? Because no one knows what is coming ahead of them. So all hopes were lost when they got to the room of no return. As you can see, the gate is shut. So you bend properly, you take 4 to 5 steps before you come out to prevent accidents. Please don't forget that.
Thank you. Oh. Oh, I hit my head.
That particular place, each and every European had a way of using it.
Okay.
Okay, so the exact how the thing was,
It changed.
because some say that it was a slope where they would just push them down.
Okay.
The Dutch came in, made it a staircase, and when the British came in, they made it a drainage.
Okay.
So each and every person came in with their own idea
Okay.
about that particular place.
This is the door?
The room of no return and the gate of no return. The original gate of no return.
How you fit through there?
Yeah, they did.
Oh wow.
During the trading of the golds and ivories, the Europeans used the same side to ship their goods to Europe. But their gate was wider to
Wow.
this length. But when they started the slave trading, they narrowed it to this gate for easy counting of the slaves and controlling the lives of the slaves.
Even
So this size here, yes,
Yes.
tells us that no matter how fat or big you are,
Yeah.
you are supposed to grow lean. Because you grow lean because of what
They do.
did with them, giving them small food to sustain them. So
Oh.
they really did. They fit in there. Initially, the sea was very close to the castle, but due to the climate change, that's why
Oh.
we see it at the far end. So just like the way we can see some canoes parked there, they
Yes.
came very close to the castle with the help of a ladder to descend them in the canoes. They packed them in the ships and took them to the Caribbean countries, the Americans, and some too were taken to Europe to work on their plantations
Yes.
and mines. We talk about the tobacco plantation,
Yes.
sugarcane, cotton, coffee, dye,
Yes.
and the others. A
Excuse
lot
me.
happened in the middle of the sea. Even here, the packing wasn't done within a day. It took them days to do that. A ship could contain about 538 slaves, 443 or 442. By the time they finished with the packing, some died in there because of the heat. So they took them, threw them into the sea before they sailed off. In the middle there too, the females were raped, some even died in the act. They were tortured, beaten, some refused to eat because they wanted to starve themselves to death. So those that did that, they used tools to chisel their front teeth. So a lot of them lost that particular area. They were affected by diseases. So those that were hit by the disease, they took them, threw them into the sea, whether alive or dead. So majority of them died in the ships. When they go to their destination too, a different story on its own. They were tortured, beaten, to the point that some could not stand the way they were treated. So among them were runaway slaves that were referred to as the Maroons. When you go to Jamaica, Brazil, Suriname, Mexico, and other places, they are there. They hid in mountains, cave trees for protection. But due to famine, some came back to steal from their masters. And those that were caught in the act, they lost their toes to serve as a deterrent to the rest of the slaves. Some came together, trained themselves, and fought against the Europe. There were a lot of Maroon wars that happened in the 1690s to the 1700s. Through a revolution, Haiti gained its independence in 1804, being the first country at the Caribbean side to gain its independence during the slave trade period. And a lot of activities happened which triggered the British to abolish the slave trading in 1804. But as I said earlier, it's never worked out. And because whatever that they did were backed by insurance, they really maltreated them, because no matter what happened to them, they will go back for their money. Till everything came to an end. But what happened is colonization came into the picture. They sat down at a conference, planned partition Africa among themselves. They ruled it to their satisfaction. Some African leaders fought their ways out to free themselves from the Europeans. We made it. Although up to now we claim that we are independent, but we are still under them, and they are detecting for us day in and day out. And anyone that tried to come in and make things or do some progress, it feels like we are threatening them. So they will come in with make up information that that particular person is a dictator, so he must be assassinated or overthrown, so that the people can be free, and we can all testify to what is happening at Burkina Faso.
Yes.
Yes.
The rates we have in the room here and other places,
Okay.
they were brought by tourists as a way of showing respect for the souls of those who died in those countries. Some descended to they make prayers for their ancestors, so that's why we have the alcohol bottles around here. There is a ceremony that was being done by some African Americans called Fiancra. The meaning behind it is that when they were leaving, they were not able to say goodbye to their families. So as the descendants of those particular people, they are here, they are back, and they came in to perform those ceremonies or rituals to show that no matter what happened to them out there, they were able to find their roots back home. So when we were coming in, we saw some kind of shrine at the corner of it. So they perform it to this side and pour the revolution, then they show their way back. That's different. So that's a really good idea. You can take your pictures, then we go out and continue with it.
Come on, come on.
Is this the original door? The metal?
Oh, she already walked, baby. The door of no return. Yahweh has blessed his children to return. Yahweh has blessed his children to return. Barakatah Yahweh. Barak Hashem Yahweh. Barak Hashem Yahweh ben Yahweh. Thank you. Hi.
Alright, so this is a flag written by a priest called A. Andrewson. He wrote this in memory of one of the Dutch governors who died here, and he was buried right here. The governor's name was Van Telsen. He came from Zeeland, which is a province in Netherlands, and he was the last director general who was in this country over the north and south coast of Africa. He came here on the 16th January 1788, died on 12 March the same year. He was 41 years old when he died. Guess what killed him? Malaria.
Oh.
The priest said the governor was respectful, he was kind, he was honest, he was trustworthy. To who? Based on our definition, for someone being kind and trusting, with the little experience that you have, just ask yourself whether he deserves to be called that. Let's have a look at the two cells we have.
Yeah, somebody put trash in there.
Alright, so these cells, the one with the metal gate was an European cell. European soldiers. The one with the blue gate was what's the European cell with the real African cells. We are going to compare the two cells and I'll tell you what to do in them.
Oh wow. We the living up vow to uphold this. You see that? It's beautiful. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, what's this room?
Just the minimum sale, I think, for the, not good, I think it's
It's so
for European,
small.
maybe European.
Okay. Oh my goodness. What?
Alright, so European cell because life here was so boring for some of the soldiers because among them were criminals, ex-convicts and mercenaries. So because of the kind of life they predicted to have was totally different from what they experienced when they came in here. So some sneaked out without permission, they got themselves drunk, came back and they were misbehaving. So they were held in here for a couple of hours. They were given food and water, 2 windows for ventilation. Now let's compare this cell with the condemned cell. Please come.
Oh. Eden. Thank you. Oh boy. Simeon, come on. There's no air. Oh, they left water for them to drink. Oh, wow. Malik, look. There's the little hole up here. That's how they got air. That's it. Wait, oh, she shouldn't have seen.
Hey!
Oh, Yahweh.
Enjoy the rest of your day there. Wow.
I had a lot of air over there.
You got two circulations.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I want to go home.
I'm burning up.
Condemned cell for the male African slaves, those that rebelled against the Europeans. Although they were mixed up from different countries, tribes, villages, and kingdoms, they found ways and means to communicate with themselves, although they were having language barrier. They came together, fought with the soldiers to free themselves in the dungeons. So they targeted their leaders among them, and they were held in here. They were starved to death. No one came in here and went out alive. It was just their bodies that they took them. They threw them into the sea. The only source of ventilation in here came from this hole, which leads to the other cell. The metal we have there was used to peep and check whether they were alive or dead.
Wow.
So something which was better than all that, and they got really big up on
Yeah.